All right, so we're going to be going over the landscape questions. And so we're going to start off with number one. So number one says the Catskill landscape region is classified as a plateau, right? It's classified as a plateau because it is blank. So let's take a look into seeing what a plateau is. So if we open up our notes, oops, there we go. When we look at our notes, it tells us that a plateau is an elevated region, right? An elevated region lets us know, it lets us know that it has a very high height, right? High height. Yes, you can. And it tells us no rock strata. The word strata means layers. And so that means the layers in the plateau are horizontal. So when we go back to the question, it lets us know we're looking for a high elevation and horizontal structure. And when I take a look, I see that it is choice 4. It is choice 4, high elevations and mostly horizontal bedrock. So it is choice 4. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 lets us know, here. Number 2 lets us know the Catskills landscape region is classified as a plateau primarily because the region has blank. So remember, we just looked at our notes and we saw that plateau has high height and has horizontal rock layers, right? So when we go back, we're gonna pick the one that has that, and right, plateau. And so therefore it needs to have a horizontal bedrock structure. So bedrock structure just lets us know that the layers on a plateau, they are horizontal. All right, let's take a look. Let's clear this. Let's take a look at number 3. Take a look at number 3. All right. So number 3 says, which type of surface bedrock is most commonly found in New York State Tug Hill Plateau region? What's the key word that lets me know what type of bedrock that I'm dealing with? The fact that it lets me know that this is a plateau, right? And so if we take a look as well in the picture of a plateau, right, we can zoom in and we can see, right, that these layers are horizontal. And this also just lets me know that with plateaus, that these are sedimentary rocks, right? These are layers of sedimentary rocks as well. So therefore, when I go to number 3, the best answer is going to be choice 3. When I look at number 4, let's take a look at number 4. So number 4 says, which sequence shows the order in which landscape regions are crossed as an airplane flies in a straight line course from Albany, New York to Massena, New York. All right. So Albany, New York to Massena, New York. So I'm going to go from Albany to Massena. So what page in the reference tables will I be able to see this? I'm going to be looking at page 3. So when I take a look and I'm looking at page 3, right? And let me just zoom this in more. When I go from Albany to Massena, so Albany is right here. Move this out the way, apologize. So Albany is right here. So I'm starting from Albany and I'm flying all the way to Messina. So I started somewhere in this region, right? That's closer to the coast of Mexico, right? Right here where Albany is. And therefore, I'm going to fly all the way to Messina. So now what page of the reference tables do I see the landscapes? I'm going to go to page 2. So when I go to page 2 and I'm looking at Albany to Messina, all right, Albany is definitely starting somewhere around this region, right? Somewhere around this region is Albany, and Messina, once again, it lands over here. All right. Remember that we're doing this based on page 2 of the reference tables. Okay. So I'm starting at lowlands. I start at Hudson Mohawk lowlands, right? So Hudson Mohawk lowlands is right here. And then after that, I have to cross the mountains and then I go back to a lowlands again. So I start at lowlands to the mountains and then to lowlands again. When I'm looking at my choices for that, I notice that I'm going from a lowland, right, to a mountain to a lowland. Which option shows me that I'm going from a lowland to a mountain to a lowland? Well, plains are a lowland. So when you see the word plains, it is a lowland, right? How do I know that it's a lowland? Let's take a look at our notes. When we take a look at our notes and we look at the notes for plains, it says right here, plains have low elevation. You see that right here, low elevation level surface. So if I'm going from a lowland to a mountain to a lowland, once again, I'm going to be looking at choice number 3. Plain to mountain to plain once again. All right. The next video will have the rest of the questions.